approve hers and say refer the proposal. Or, I mean, I don't want to push another chair into withdrawing because she's met some opposition. By saying they can do the law, they don't have to revoke. Taxes are our jurisdiction. Let approve what she has with, they're not gonna have their charter, but they won't need it if this bill goes through. They aren't gonna have their charter anyway. I mean, to me, that's clean. No, they don't have a charter. But if our bill goes through, you don't need a charter. And this says if our bill goes through, then the vote they took in March or last March, a year ago, is valid, and they don't have to revote it, go through the time and expense. And they won't lose this year if it all goes through. Is that the way this would work? Okay. Yes.
We saw the amendment. What's the legal significance of what we're proposing here versus just withdrawing, amending at 60%? I mean, I don't really see. And
This is a mountain out of a molehill, I think.
I'm thinking also about sort of precedent a little bit and all the rest.
Tucker Anderson, Legislative Council. Start by talking about what the amendment does. The amendment offered by Senator Cummings amends this committee's report. Does exactly what your original report did, except it removes sections 2 and 3 that are specific to South Hero, and instead replaces it with a new section 2 that says the General Assembly authorizes the assessment of a local option tax, and any municipality that voted for that local option tax at a 2022 annual municipal meeting pursuant to 24 VSA section 138.
Okay.
The significance is that South Hero will not have automatic broader authority to adopt something different than their meals and alcoholic beverages tax unless S60 passes. In which case.
Well, this won't go if 60 doesn't pass.
Right.
Unless the House sends it forward with just South Hero on it, then, and we'll let South Hero's lobby work that one out in the House. So this would remove Senator Hardy's? No.
This would operate in place.
In place of Senator Hardy's, which would include Senator Hardy's amendment with the further proposal for revoting.
If Senator Hardy's amendment is taken up, this competes directly with her proposal of amendment. The body will choose one or the other, unless her amendment's taken up first, in which case the Senate Secretary will give you all the opportunity to amend what Senator Hardy has amended instead of directing your amendment at your own report.
Okay, but our amendment strips out the language about the charter.
Correct.
Okay, and then replaces it. So we're taking her amendment, it's included in our amendment. And then we're just adding that revote language. Okay.
I just want to make sure I understand that. The amendment that we're doing is a substitute amendment, is it correct, for Senator Hardy's amendment? Or it is in addition to Senator Hardy's amendment, and it just further amends it?
It is in addition to, it is not a substitute for, it is just a competing amendment. This is presented as you all amending your own report, which is the same thing.
So at what point would they vote on, you would you not vote on Senator Hardy's amendment first?
Because the pending question before the body is about your committee's report, it is going to depend on the parliamentarian's decision about which amendment is taken up first, which is also why it was drafted this way, because I could not know ahead of time whether Senator Hardy's was going to go first or whether your proposal is going to go
And
first.
if we tell Senator Hardy that she may well choose not to proffer her amendment, because we are essentially altering our report with her amendment with the proviso.
Could you go over your amendment again, post amendment?
Yes.
Senator Brock is the reporter. I wonder if Senator Hardy is over there. I can go, you want to look? Yeah. Because if we knew that she would withdraw hers, then
The summary of what this amendment does, it takes out the two sections that were specific to South Hero and replaces it
With the general,
with a
whoever passed it
general.
as their, yeah.
Yes, there's an unknown there. I can't advise you as to whether South Hero was the only municipality that followed the procedures of the general law without the authority to do so.
But we're not aware of.
Yes, this will flush out. Yes.
nobody has brought in a charter change.
Presumably, if they wanted what South Hero wanted, they would have.
If they were told no by the tax department, because they didn't have authority to follow.
So that was the delay. They got all set to go in the tax department, said, you can't.
That's my understanding.
Okay.
So we say there's an unknown here, and that is what Senator Hardy wants to do, and that will determine how a decision gets made. Now, let's say her amendment has been offered already, so her amendment is in line. This amendment has not yet been offered. Presumably, this amendment will be given to the secretary, Ed.
Bruce, we're working on logistics. And it all, the unknown is,
He's a no now.
yeah. If our proposal would be to further amend our committee report, we would we would take out everything you took out. About, the charter and all the rest of it. So we would essentially accomplish what your amendment to take it out would do. And then we are recommending that any town that voted, I think between 2 and 3 a.m. on town meeting day 2022 will be considered, if this bill passes, will be considered to be legitimate, which basically says, if this bill, very slight chance, makes it through, then their vote holds. We're hoping that is the best we can do, and the question is, we don't know if Bloom is going to take up your amendment or our amendment, which hasn't gone up yet.
I can withdraw my amendment, Madam Chair. I am happy to do that. I'm happy to facilitate whatever's easiest at this point. I'm sorry this has gotten more complicated than either you or I ever thought it would. Whatever's the pleasure of the committee is fine for me at this point.
Okay, well, I think,
Sounds like the senator's come to our rescue.
yes. So thank you.
Welcome.
And we put,
Conversations.
my name is on this.
If you want, I'll do the whole thing. I mean, either way, it's how we got.
I think Randy, he's the reporter, so maybe if we can.
I acknowledge that your amendment is withdrawn. There is an amendment also now.
That's the least
From
of
the
our
committee.
problems right now.
But I'll acknowledge again that part of the reason for the delay is there was an error made by,
Okay,
we
you have a
acknowledge.
clean copy,
So I'll make an
Okay.
acknowledgement about that.
so Randy,
Thank you.
Committee.
And I'll tell Bloomer that I'm withdrawn.
Okay.
I
All right,
think,
thank you.
Yeah.
so Senator Brock,
Friendly
put
fire.
your name on this, and so you can say, we are doing this on behalf of the committee. If you give, if I can get a motion to approve, what is that number?
Draft 1.1, timestamp 3/29/23, 3:58 PM.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Okay, got that moved. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. I've got that 601. And Senator Brock, you can present that on behalf of the committee. Would that we had this much discussion about half the other bills were going upstairs.
Billion here, billion there. Opening day.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. Some point I want to talk to, I mentioned the bill I was working on.
Right now.
Are we?